Welcome to the Frugal Fit Mom podcast. Today we have another budget breakdown that has been submitted by one of you guys. Now, at this point in time, I cannot accept more budgets to do a podcast on right now because I have so many in the backlog. So if you want us to break down your budget, hold it. And I will let you know in the future once we have kind of taken down our list of budgets in the queue to tackle. I really wanted to tackle today's budget because this woman reached out to us specifically because she doesn't have parents that she can go to for assistance. She is 33 years old. She is a single mom trying to kind of get away from her ex, who is an alcoholic. There are two children, a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old. I believe they are both daughters, and she's just trying to do the best for her family. So what I do want to do is bring in my husband of 20 years or almost for his input and tips as well. We do these together because money in our family has always been a joint venture. And I think it would be interesting to tackle this one together.
I thought that was just comic relief.
And also comic relief. So if you want to become a subscriber or follower or whatever you call it, I wouldn't mind doing that. It's free. You can totally do that if you want to. You can listen to this anywhere you listen to podcasts or even watch the video version
on YouTube.
This is a unique situation because of the messiness of getting away from an alcoholic ex.
Okay,
they're not married.
Right.
So let's throw that out there right now.
Oh.
They're not married.
They're not married, but they both have their name on the house.
They kind of built it together.
Okay.
So a lot of sweat equity. Both of their names are on the house. They do live in California.
Okay.
A little bit from SLO town.
SLO town?
Yeah, San Luis
Obispo.
Yeah, Obispo.
Okay. I'm like, SLO? That's
you never heard it called that?
That's not even in a rap I can recall. I know California songs.
Okay, so I did look up where they live so I could kind of get a vibe on where they are. So let's talk about the good news. Let's talk about the goals.
Okay.
And then the stickiness of this particular situation.
You know way more about this than I do.
Why do you say that?
I don't know the name and housing and how to get yourself out from under without... It's a mess.
It's a little bit of a mess, but we'll get there.
I had a friend that was really lucky, and he ended up, before they bought the house, putting it all in his wife's name, and they ended up getting divorced.
So he didn't get the house.
He walked away clean.
Okay. Great news is the income. We have a range of $5,400 to $6,400 a month take home, just her.
That's her single mom, or her
income. While she does not love her job, the benefits are through the roof. Health, vision, dental, retirement, pension.
Yeah.
All fantastic.
And how many kids does she have?
2 teenage girls.
And she's 33?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the sake of this argument, I am going to state that her income is $5,400 a month.
Okay.
That's her income.
Plan on the low number.
And if there's more, we can funnel that towards the goals.
It's windfalls and
exactly. The extra will be gravy, but we're not going to plan for it. Okay?
Love it.
Let's move on to the goals.
Okay.
She has 4 main goals.
I'm looking.
Number 1, get away from the ex.
Okay.
The main issue is she's worried he's going to have an alcoholic situation with the law and put up the house as collateral and she will lose the house.
Okay.
That's the concern.
I understand.
Okay.
It's complicated.
This is complicated. First of all, I am just a girl on the internet. Okay, so I am highly going to suggest discussing this with a lawyer or a mortgage professional.
And family.
There's no family.
No?
There's no family.
She doesn't have parents, siblings, nobody?
That's why she reached out to me. She has no parents.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
no family. I think she needs some professional advice. Here's what I know. I could be misled on all of my knowledge here. Since both of their names are on this house, they can either refinance the house, take his name off so it's just her. The problem with that is their current interest rate is 3%.
Yeah, so refinancing doesn't make a lot of sense.
You are going to be doubling your interest rate. I kind of hate that as a concept.
Yeah, you're going to be paying the price.
The other option is to sell the house, split the proceeds, try and find something else while we're cleaning up this mess. I also don't love that because they are in California. We're talking high cost of living as far as housing goes, for sure.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to get away from a situation like this, sometimes
some sacrifices are worth it.
some sacrifices need to be made. Outside of those two options, I don't know the legal ramifications of a felon and the courts, and like, I don't know what would be on her side here.
Okay.
So that's why I suggest the professional advice. That's as far as I can go in the house.
That's tough.
Okay, which was goal number 1. Step number 2, procure an emergency fund.
Okay.
Okay. Step number 3, college for the girls. Step number 4, travel. So because the next step is emergency fund, and potentially she might be moving, I'm not sure here. She might have legal bills, I'm not sure here. I feel like an emergency fund, a good one, a big one, is going to be really helpful.
Yeah.
When you're trying to move past a toxic relationship. So let's go down the bills that I have. I don't think this is a full list of bills, but it is what we have. The house bill is right at $1,500. It's pretty good, actually.
Now, is she splitting that half and half with him?
This is all what she's paying.
This is what she's paying.
Yes. We have a water bill at $160, fine. Trash bill at $32, good. Food bill at $450 a month. This is high. She did mention that the 14-year-old has some allergies.
Okay.
I don't know what those are. Some allergies are really easy to take care of.
Is that high for California, you think?
She's not in the Bay Area. She's not in Laguna Beach. Like, she's kind of off a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so she's not in a main town. It's more rural. It's more low income. There is a Walmart 15 minutes by car from where she lives.
Okay.
So there are discount options. I think this could be cut pretty easily. I feel like I'm going to get someone attacking me for that because there is allergies and because they're in California. However, let's say...
This is her and the 2 girls. This is 3 people.
This is 3 people.
Yeah.
I think that could be $300 all day long. If she's allergic to gluten, you don't buy gluten substitutes.
It might be a little bit of scorched earth here, right?
Maybe.
Like, but that might be the situation that she's in. Like, I have to make serious sacrifices so that I can reach bigger goals.
Mm-hmm. To be clear, I do want to touch on the allergy thing a little bit. Let's say it's milk, okay? Let's say it's a dairy allergy. You're not buying dairy substitutes. This is a 14-year-old girl. She doesn't need drinking cow's milk. She doesn't need drinking almond milk or
Right.
coconut.
There's ways around it.
There's ways around it, is what I'm saying.
And sometimes you do without.
Yes, you eliminate the specialty items,
Right.
is what I'm saying.
Severe food allergies, I could assume, is lactose intolerant and gluten-free, dairy-free,
Possibly nuts.
possibly nuts-free.
If there's a soy allergy in there, that one's hard. You're doing a lot of fresh,
Yeah.
cook yourself stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think it's possible, and if you're really, really struggling, I am telling you, food pantries, senior centers, churches, this is what they are there for. Like, they will help you, I'm telling you. We have pet at $80. If they have to move, this may not be able to stay. I just want to put that out there. Listen, I love my pets too. I get it. I have deep animal lovers in my family. But sometimes it's better for the animal if you're not in a position to take care of them the way they need. Like, they need to go to a family that can really help them.
And there are people that want pets.
Yes, yes. So it can be a win-win, even though it's sad for a little bit.
I'm just begging, consider it.
Yeah.
I know that there's some people that are like,
Would be screaming at us right
they
now.
will do anything for their pets. But I have to say, in this particular case, these girls are probably more important than the pet.
The girls and you and getting away from the ex. That's more important than the pet right now. If they can stay here, maybe this can stay. But
Can I just make a quick joke? This is a hard conversation, so I gotta lighten it up.
I know people are very emotional about this topic.
I know.
Yes.
I have a friend of mine that calls them fur babies.
Who calls them fur babies?
He just kind of makes fun that people like act like their pets are babies.
Right.
But they're really
But they're-
just pets.
But they're just pets.
So, fur babies.
I know. I'm saying they can cut food to $300.
Okay.
I'm saying pet is $0.
Now we're making some
Okay.
headway.
Let's go to the next one. I think this is an interesting line item. This is like toilet paper, toiletries, deodorant. $200 a month
That's
for
a lot.
3 people? Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh
There's got to
my
be
gosh.
more underneath that line item that we don't see.
This is way high for 3 people. I'm sitting at $100 a month for 6 people. Like, how much toilet paper are you going through? She works all day. She's gone. The kids are at school all day. Like, they're not even home.
Yeah. You're only home on the weekends and nights.
How much shampoo are we using here? I'm just saying, like, this should be 100. That should be 100. You are looking at me.
I'm like, do I really want to say, like, go to the bathroom at work? bathroom at school.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Tape off the bathroom at the house. Oh, caution tape over the toilet seat. The Frugal Fit Mom told me I had to.
Hey, listen. Install one of those bidet toilet seats. No more toilet paper, okay? Insurance, we have car insurance at $95, life insurance $35. That's a term policy. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Love it. Therapy twice a week for her. I believe that is. Okay. I'm thinking she needs this. This has to stay. And I might even talk to your insurance company because this might be covered.
Yeah.
Listen, I have some people who I know who've been through a trauma like this and tried to leave a spouse. This is necessary.
And I know our insurance covers parts of therapy.
It does, like so many per year.
Yeah.
Braces at $161 a month. I just want to say, ouch. Like,
been there,
done that, about to do it again this summer. I feel ya. That's what I have to say about that.
Now, here's an option. If we're in a really bad scenario, you go and talk to the orthodontist. I know there are orthodontists out there that will make and hear out agreements, and you can make some kind of new bargain with them.
I'm telling you, you just have to go into that finance office. Like, our orthodontist has a separate finance office that deals with all that. They will set up any payment plan at all that makes sense for you.
I'm not saying they will. I'm saying it's worth a conversation. Yeah. What does it hurt to ask?
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up. That was a good one. Something else I want to mention is there's a very large bill for solar.
Oh.
But I was hoping it was a typo because she said it was $2,000.
It's probably not. It's probably not a typo.
You're saying $2,000 a month to pay for solar.
Yeah.
Holy bleeping bleep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like.
And this is why we haven't done solar yet.
Right.
We've looked at it a couple different ways, and it depends on what the state has as far as incentives and other things. I have heard of other people. Usually, it's like $50,000 a house.
The truth is, we don't live in an area where we use AC almost ever.
Yeah.
We use heat, and gas heat is significantly cheaper and more effective at heating your home than electric. Electric is way too expensive.
So the interesting thing I don't see is like she's not paying for electric anywhere.
That was under the solar. I didn't write it on here because I was like, that has to be wrong.
Huh.
But if it's not, that may just be what it is.
Yeah.
Yikes. I have a few items in purple down here. Thrive Market, $5 a month membership.
Okay.
I suspect they're buying their allergy-specific food from Thrive Market. Now listen, I've been sponsored by Thrive Market. I love the company. However,
there's a time and a place.
There's a time and a place. This goes. And that right there cuts your food bill down.
But Christine, it's only $5.
It's the food she's buying. It's the specialty food that she can't afford right now.
Gotcha.
She can turn it back on. She can go back and buy whatever she wants.
It's the gateway to a higher bill.
Exactly. It's the gateway to a higher food bill. And right now, we have a crisis on our hands. I think it's good to be able to buy like your Whole30 soy sauce. I'm down for that. You're on keto, you want the keto ghee or whatever, great. There's cheaper ways by not buying the diet specific items. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. There's a time and a place for luxuries.
You can work around the diet, work within the diet's prescription without having to go like to the nth degree on the diet.
Correct.
Right?
Next one down is internet at 105.
That's understandable.
However,
there's ways to cheapen that.
There's ways to eliminate that.
Yeah.
Every place I've ever been has free internet. Your local library, free internet. The girls are at school all day. They're getting their work done there. She's at work all day.
Yeah.
This is not a need in this case.
Okay.
Okay.
She doesn't have a business at home, right?
Nope.
Like that's
what I'm saying. You need the internet. You can access it in other ways.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it for now.
Wow, in 2023, for a guy that's a techie, that one hurts a little bit.
I am blowing your mind right now.
Really?
We've always had internet because Dave's been a techie, but we have also not had a lot of these other things.
It's not true. We haven't always had internet.
We put in internet in our first house.
Yes.
That was the first time we ever had internet.
Yes.
All the apartments and stuff we did not.
Yeah.
Yeah. AG1, cross that off. That's $95 a month.
Is that Athletic Greens?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That's a monthly subscription. Here's what I know for sure. Supplements are not necessary.
I like Athletic Greens.
I know, I like them. I'm not saying they're not great.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're not necessary. That's what I'm saying. Streaming, $42 a month.
We can cut that one.
We can cut that to 10. Pick one.
Pick one.
So on this first go round, I have cut $450 off of the regular monthly bills that happen all the time.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't even come over to savings or debts yet.
Okay.
Let's jump over to savings. Personal savings at $5 a month.
That's what she's doing?
There's multiples. Calm down.
Wait, no, I'm just saying she's putting $5 a month in personal.
In a personal savings account.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, goal number 2 was emergency fund.
Sorry, I'm just having a hard time with this because, like, this is almost...
Yeah, it's almost like why?
Yeah.
$5, why?
Don't mean to be rude, but
No.
like $5 a month?
So these
You're not paying yourself enough.
These $557 and retirement both, we're looking at $388 a month into this retirement. This is in addition to her work retirement, which rocks. I'm cutting this right now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm adding $388 into the money we've saved per month. Let's jump down to stash.
So you're having her stop all retirement accounts for now.
The outside of the job retirement accounts. I'm leaving the job retirement
Okay,
stuff.
so she already has a different retirement account. These are in addition to. That's probably why she wasn't putting much into personal savings.
Probably not.
Okay, we're cutting all that.
Correct. Down here to stash. Stash is typically more like single stocks.
Okay.
Okay, at $100 a month, we're cutting that too.
Now is not the time to invest.
Now is not the time. We need an emergency fund stat. Okay.
Gotcha.
That is the most important. So the total that I have come up with out of the monthly budget so far.
Now, just so you guys know, she is this brutal to me sometimes. So.
I have come up with $938 a month that I can now funnel into an emergency fund.
You need to do that for. You need $5,000.
You need $5,000. Yeah, so it's going to take 5 months. We'll have $5,000. This I would put into like this personal savings right here, where she's currently saving $5 a month. Let's throw that $938 into the personal. $943 a month for 5-6 months. We have $5,000. That's a great starter emergency fund. But can I mention, that's only 1 month of income. Wow.
Yeah, so if she wants 3 to 6 months of income.
That's gonna take forever.
Or living expenses, right?
I want to jump into the elephant in the room, if I may.
What's the elephant in the room?
It's this list of loans I have on this other side of the board.
Okay, so let me read this off. So she, if I understand this right, they have a 3% mortgage on $244,000 on the house.
That's the house, yes.
They have a car loan that is $40,000 total. That's not what the value of the car is.
Nope.
That's what they owe.
Yep.
It's $864 a month.
I have more information about the car.
No.
Should we come back to it?
What's more? Just do it.
I'm going to be a little harsh here.
What is the information?
It's a 2021 Honda Pilot.
Okay.
She has 2 children in California.
They don't need a Honda Pilot.
You do not need an SUV. You do not need a Honda Pilot. I have a Honda Pilot.
We love it.
I love it. You don't need one. I also have 4 kids. You don't need a Honda Pilot. Here's some options.
Cut your overhead is what you're trying to say. Is this what you're getting at?
This is what I'm getting at. You sell this dang car right now. Monthly, this is costing her $864 a month.
Yeah.
Not to mention the interest on this car. Not to mention the insurance on this car.
Listen, go and get a 2015 or older. It's a better looking model anyway.
It's a better looking model.
And it's half the price.
Listen.
Or less.
I can buy, if you want a Pilot, fine, okay? I saw a Pilot recently with the leather, with all the upgrades. It's a 2012, which is what I drive. A 2012, 130,000 miles for $12,000.
That's good.
Buy that all day long. Sell this, buy that. You still have your Honda Pilot. You still have your all-wheel drive. You still have your leather, okay?
Now, if she has to do a payment on that, she's going to have higher interest.
Very possibly, but let me tell you what, 150 is better math than 864 on a monthly payment.
Realistically, she'd probably get that payment down to $250.
Oh, I think she could get it down to 2. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Okay.
I also want to say something about used cars.
They're not as taboo as everybody thinks.
Why does everyone think the only safe car is a new car? I don't understand this
Or
concept.
they always quote reliability. I need a reliable car.
Buddy, no.
That is something people say to make themselves feel better and justify an expensive purchase.
Exactly. It's just not serving you. It is a lie. It is a lie that you are telling yourself. Now, there are some cars that I have found to be more unreliable than others. Ford. But I'm telling you, we have an 07 RAV4 that is one of the best cars we've ever driven. And we have a 2012 Pilot, which is one of my favorite cars ever.
Yeah.
Used cars, not scary. Just get the right model.
Can we move on to the loans?
Well, yes, of course we can move on to the loans. The car was just one of the loans.
Okay, so student loan, $11,000.
Student loan, $11,000.
Personal loan, $27,000.
$7,000.
Credit card,
$11,000.
oh,
Yeah,
we're at $50,000.
not including the car.
Not including the car. Dang it.
I know. So perhaps earlier in this podcast, people might be like, wow, Christine, you're being really harsh. Or wow, these are really drastic cuts. Or like, wow, ease up a little bit. Like people need to live.
Right.
Okay?
But when you see that big picture.
But when you are looking at trying to leave a toxic partner, they will drag you down financially. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
They will. Number two, we already have a bit of a mess here with the credit card, the personal loan, the student loan, and the $40,000 car. Not even talking about the house. This is a mess. This is why I was a little ruthless in my cutting here to really take care of this. So we already discussed the car. I think you have to sell this car. You have to sell this car and get something else. A sedan.
Yeah, you can get a pretty reliable car for $10,000.
She already has a Honda. Get a Honda Accord. That's a great car.
Yeah.
Super reliable, excellent on gas mileage that lasts forever. Okay, let's do some tips and hacks on these other ones.
I was gonna say, like, can you almost prioritize some of this for me?
Yes, I absolutely can. Student loan is a student loan. I want to mention that she lives in a lower income area in California. It might be worth it to see if there is a student loan forgiveness in her area.
And her interest rate's probably low.
It's probably low. I'm not super worried about the student loan. It is what it is. See if there is a loan forgiveness. There may not be, but it doesn't hurt to ask. It's just to get the information. Okay, let's do the credit card. Credit card is $11,000. That's the lowest dollar amount on this page. I suspect the credit card and the personal loan are extremely high interest rates.
I would expect.
Okay, this is the goal. The goal is to hopefully do a balance transfer to a promotional card that is giving you 0% interest for a time frame. It's usually 18 months. So that's a year and a half. So let's say we do it with the credit card, okay? We take the $11,000 and we move it on over and they're gonna give you 0% interest, which means all of your payments are going towards paying this off, which means you have to pay this off in a year.
Yeah.
We're at the point where we're not even able to do the full emergency fund at this moment.
It's gonna be hard.
Put maybe $2,000 in there and let's chop away at this credit card.
Mm-hmm.
This is why selling the car makes so much more sense.
I can see how overwhelmed she would be.
Yes, absolutely. This is a lot.
And it's just suffocating debt.
Okay, Freudian slip. What was that? To you, that probably feels like death right here.
Well, it does. Like, it would be suffocating for me.
We've never had this much debt. I don't think you would have survived it. You probably would have had a heart attack.
Are you saying that I'm the one that does not handle stress well?
You said it, not me.
Oh dear.
So this is a good idea for the credit card, the promotional balance transfer.
Is there any way she can call them up and like lower that balance? Like negotiate the balance?
Only if she has enough money in hand to pay it off, and usually only if it's already a bad debt.
Okay.
I'm assuming she's current because she didn't say she wasn't.
Because I've heard stories where
Yes.
people just call up the credit card and be like, I've got
But by
$5,000, take it or leave it.
It's in collections at that point.
Okay.
Okay, so the collections have bought it from the credit card. The credit card's already
So
written
that's
it off.
probably, we don't know, but that's probably not an option.
That's probably not an option here. And if, like, from an integrity standpoint, if you're able to do this, you should do this.
Okay.
If, like, it's in collections and it's a whole disaster, that's a different conversation.
Do you know anything about, like, I don't know what personal loan is.
I have no idea what this is. It kind of sounds like a family member,
Okay.
which could be good. It could be a friend, which, I'm not gonna lie, guys, this puts a huge strain on a relationship.
Yeah.
Even the best relationship is weird when money has exchanged hands. So I don't love that either, which is why I would probably, here's the order I would tackle it. Sell car yesterday. Transfer the credit card, knock that sucker out, then move to the personal loan, even though it's bigger than the student loan, because I suspect the interest rate is high if it's not a person she knows, and if it is a person she knows, the relationship is weird.
Okay. I've got a suggestion. I don't usually come up with the suggestions. That's your department.
I would love to hear your suggestion.
When I look at the big picture, she can't afford the house. I'm saying the way you do this is you sell the house, you walk away free and clear from the partner that may or may not lose it for you in the future. You get whatever kind of equity you may have in the house. I would assume still today there's got to be some equity left. And then you use that equity to maybe pay off some of these other debts. You go get an apartment.
I'm looking up cost of apartments in her area.
It's probably close to this $1,500. Maybe more.
You know, it would be...
$2,000, $2,500.
Oh, they're high.
$3,000.
I have a small apartment.
She needs a 2-bedroom.
I got a 2-bed, 1-bath, $1,695.
Okay, that's actually where I'm at, right? If she can beat $2,000 or less.
What's great about that is you get rid of the solar. The solar at $2,000 a month.
Exactly.
And now we're cooking.
Hopefully that solar is tied to the house and not to the people.
I would assume it's tied to the house. It would sell with the house.
That makes that house hard to sell.
But usually, probably not in California, but usually when you sell a house that has solar, you assume the solar debt as well.
I don't know enough about how that solar is working.
I just heard someone talk about it.
Yeah. Anyway, you sell the house, you walk away from the partner that's potentially abusive.
Yep.
You get rid of the house debt. You hopefully walk away with a little bit of equity. You get rid of all of the solar expenses monthly. And I mean, we just put that monthly income basically, we give you $2,000 back.
Right, yes. And it's not just the $2,000 back. It's you have protected yourself and your girls from a potential credit and financial ruin from this partner who has some serious bad habits.
Yeah. I will say, if they were married, I might have a different answer here. She's not married.
They're not married.
It's win-win. You sell the house. I don't see any way around it. Do you have a better idea?
Well, it sucks. How about that?
Selling the house absolutely sucks,
yes.
but the whole situation sucks, so we get out of it and we find a new situation. We create a new situation that's better down the road.
The only way out of that one, you talk to a professional, and if there's some way to get his name off of the house without refinancing, if there's any way to do that at all, I might rent out a room.
Okay, if that's possible, maybe you could buy him out.
She did say that potentially might be an option to buy him out.
If she could buy him out, I might be talked into it. But even then, you're still stuck with the dang solar bill.
Yeah.
You sell the house and you get $2,000 back.
Yeah, true. That is a toughie. I would definitely seek some professional advice on the house situation.
I'm just trying to think of any scenario that might work. So buying him out, selling the house, those are two really interesting options. I don't have very many others. I don't have any others.
Well, remember her other goals. Goal 3 was college for the kids, and goal 4 was travel. Goal 3 and 4 do not exist with this mess.
Yeah, we're talking 2 to 5 years down the road. And that's if you go kind of scorched earth for a couple years to just get out of this debt. But if she's got $2,000 extra a month to throw at these debts.
Yeah, they're gone quick.
And we get rid of the car.
They're gone way quick.
It's done in 2 to 3 years, 4 years maybe.
Here's a crazy suggestion.
Okay, I like crazy.
This one is insane.
I'll be the judge of insane. Just tell us what it is.
Are you ready for this? She has to move to a different state. That does mean getting a new job. But I'm telling you, you can get jobs that pay $5,400 a month and don't cost as much as California.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there into Crazy Town idea land. We have moved all over the country.
Yeah.
Searching for cheaper housing, better jobs, like
do you know how many people in California are moving to Arizona, Utah, Idaho, Colorado?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, a lot. Just look at your options. If you have friends or family, and even if you don't, look at your options. You might be able to either transfer, I don't know what her job is, but she could potentially transfer or get another job in the same field. There are still job openings all over the country. As
an example, in our area, you wanted to get a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath apartment with a 2-car garage. I saw this today, okay? 3-bed, 2.5-bath, 2-car garage. Nice, cute.
$1,700.
Less, $1,595.
See, that's close. That's only $100 off.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Right? That same deal in her town is like over $3,000.
Well, those are some really interesting solutions. I really do like the selling of the house. I really like if she can move to another state.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much more affordable life can be outside of California.
True story. And it's hard to understand that unless you've gone somewhere else.
And I have family in California.
Yes, we're aware of how expensive it is. And your eyes could be opened to the gloriousness of a low cost of living. Also wanted to mention that all of these cuts I'm suggesting can absolutely be temporary. You're not living your entire life this tight or this crazy. You're not. This is an emergency situation. We've got a bit of a debt mess. Once these are taken care of, add all this back on. Get 10 pets for all I care. Do 10 streaming services. As long as it makes sense for your income and you don't have this mess.
I've been trying to figure out what it is that we really do. And here's what I've identified today.
That we do?
That we do. What we're really trying to do with this budget breakdown is these are your resources. And we're being frugal.
Oh, the income is your resource.
Being frugal is just being the best manager of those resources.
Yes.
What happens is we end up thinking this number equates into a certain lifestyle, and that is like all make-believe. We're just trying to help take down all the make-believe, figure out these are your resources, let's be resourceful, putting our money where it needs to be the most at any given time, and it changes all the time. Even now, we still change our budget every 2 to 4 months because life changes so drastically.
Right.
Seasons, activities that we're doing, right? So what we're trying to get her to do is understand she can have the lifestyle she wants, but what she's been doing is not realistic for what her income level is. But it could be there if we get things back under control.
Do you have anything to say about her stressing about college? Her oldest is 14, so it is on the horizon. I'm sure that is
fair.
That is a stressor. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
I would just say, first of all, kids can pay for their own college. And then we've talked about this in almost every episode. Community college.
Yep.
Have students work while they're going to college.
Before and during.
Look at other options for college, tech schools, trade schools. There's some really great options out there for massage therapy, for dental hygienists, for, I don't even know. There's like so many options I can't even think of them all.
School choice is interesting because school choice will determine how much you pay for school, but it will not determine how much you get paid or the respect you will earn when you're done. Have you asked your doctor what university he graduated from?
Never.
You don't care.
Never.
You only care that he is a doctor.
Yeah.
When the electrician comes, you're like, I don't even care if he's certified. I just want him to do the job.
Here's a crazy idea as well. I think she needs to be transparent with her daughters about what the situation is and put the onus back on her daughters to say, this is where we're at. There is no college fund right now. So if you want to go to college, you either need to start thinking about where you're going to go, what you want to do, or how you're going to earn enough money to do it. But we can do it together as a family. But at the end of the day, you are responsible at 18 years old for you. So if you want to go to college, you need to think about how that's going to happen.
That's kind of how the conversation with my parents went, except it was a little more like this.
Yeah.
You're going to college and I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
That was the conversation I was given.
I've heard that story many times, but they haven't.
No, I haven't. I don't know that I've ever said that. Listen, my dad was the first and only one to go to college in his family.
Yeah.
And it made a huge difference in his income potential in comparison.
I think you've summed it up. I think we've hit about as many things as we can hit in one budget breakdown.
Okay.
There's something I want to say.
Okay.
There's always hope, but you need to find, first of all, a ways to just tackle it without the emotion, to be the most down to earth and less emotional about making these decisions. These should not be emotional decisions, and if you feel like you're getting emotional, take it back and try to figure out why and just try to see it for what it is.
I do have something to say.
Okay.
Because her situation is close to my heart. This is so hard to do alone. So I love that she's doing therapy. Keep doing this. Keep this. Keep this in the budget. Please do not date another guy right now. And please make some girlfriends. Good ones that are like, have your back. You will need a support system through this because it sucks. And it can't be like the new boyfriend. It's got to be girlfriends.
I'd especially like activities where she finds friends.
Yeah.
Gym, running, whatever it might
gym,
be.
running,
Pickleball.
a class, pickleball, whatever. I've met a ton of people through those kinds of methods.
I have to.
So I'm just saying, like, my heart goes out to you. This is really, really challenging, and please go find some friends.
You need those things to help you find hope. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like, you gotta find hope.
Yeah, and it will not always be like this.
But it will if you don't make a change.
But she's going to. She's going to. She wants to.
Make the change.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, here you go.
I guess that'll be it for today.